Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, and it's a Pagoda style box. I don't know what you'd call it. Is there an official name? But this box is a very specific set of measurements. It's 2.5 inches square, which is 6.5 centimetres. The reason I've done this is because I was asked an awful lot in the run up to Christmas, have you got a box that's 2.5 inches? Have you got a box? And I was asked that quite a lot, and I kind of thought, I don't know if I do. And I've got so many videos that I didn't have a chance to look back through them, so I thought, New Year, let's do a requested box. So this is a 2.5 inch, 6.5 centimetre box for lots and lots of people who asked for it. So here it is as promised. I'm going to show you how to make it. You need a piece of cardstock that is 10.5 by 7.5 inches, which is 28, I'm looking at my notes, 28 by 19.5 centimetres. So very simple for the scoring on the long side. You score it every 2.5 inches, so 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10 inches, which is 6.5, 13, 19.5 and 26 centimetres. Turn it round and score it at 2.5 and 5, same as before, which is 6.5 and 13. So it's quite simple on the scoring. Quite simple on everything, to be honest. So let's burnish these score lines. With these, we keep going around until we get to the last one. Okay, so this is going to be our adhesive tab that we're going to stick down with, but we're actually only going to use this one little section that's just here, those ones there. I'm not going to use that one, I'm not going to use that one. So we're going to get rid of those and cut up exactly the same on top and bottom. So first thing to do, get rid of that bit and then cut straight up these lines. And then do exactly the same up here. So get rid of the tab because we don't need it. And then cut straight up those. So, okay. Right, so before I put it together, I want to get the paper on it because it makes life easier before you stick it down. So I have got, this is the Elegant Eggplant Designer Series paper background stacks, and I decided, obviously as you can see, this is Wisteria Wonder. I wanted to go with the same, and this is, I don't use the script particularly often. I'm not really sure why, because it's gorgeous. But my 6 pieces of Designer Series paper measured 2 by 2 inches. So basically you cut a strip off a 12 by 12 sheet, 2 inch strip, and then you've got all your 6 bits. And these measure 2.25 inch square, which in metric, 5.5 centimetres, 6 centimetres. So that's how you do it. But it's all on my blog, everything's written down. So I'm just going to quickly throw a load of adhesive all over these. Maybe I should have prepped some first. I don't know. The spotty side's cute, isn't it? That's the one I kind of use more. And on my shelf, it's where I put paper in and out and backwards and forwards and what have you. The spotty side is the one that I see more, because I think I probably just shoved it back and spot side up. But sometimes you have to force yourself to do something different. Just keep putting them on, and if you do the metric version of it, you'll have a slightly narrower white border, because half a centimetre is not the same as 1/4 of an inch, but it's a minimal. Okay, so we're going to stick all of these down, and 4 of them run round the middle of the box, which is this part here with the butterflies, and then 2 go at the top. So we're going to put the 4 across the middle first. And again, the same, if you're doing a metric version, the I didn't line that one up very well, did I? The border is slightly narrower. So when you close this up, this part is going to be the back of the box, okay, where that tab is, and the one next to it is going to fold in. They're going to fold in, and they are going to be the sides. So it's these two. So this one without, this part here without a tab next to it is going to be the back. Miss one, and that one's going to be the front. So those two there. And if I turn it over, that means I can stick these onto here. If you want to wait, you know, after you've put the box together, you can do. It's not really going to make a difference to the build. I just like to make life easy for myself. So some glue along here. And fold it over and stick it down. So like I say, that's the back of the box. So you fold in your two sides and the back, and then put some adhesive on the final one that's going to be the front. And obviously depending on what you want to put inside it, maybe put more adhesive on. Those are going to fold over, that's going to pinch, and when you grip it, you get this pagoda type style finish. So I'm going to grab my crocodile and punch some holes in. And do my best to tie a bow. Now, if you're on my Facebook page is PootlesPapercraft. You will see I showed a photograph of this a couple of days ago and I went, that's the cutest bow ever. What's the betting on me getting that in the video? So place your bets, ladies and gents. I'm going to try and tie a cute bow. If I can get the ribbon through the holes, that would even be a good start. Okay, fingers crossed everybody. Well, not me, because that would just make life really difficult. Or actually, maybe I'd even get the bow better. So, okay. Wondering how many of you had your fingers crossed then, because I seem to have done it. Oh, look. Look. I did a cute bow that's twisted itself. Oh. Oh, for goodness sake. Let's just stop fiddling with it, because that'll just make it look really ugly. And you know, I could probably fiddle for half an hour and still not make it look pretty, couldn't I? It'll do. It's not too bad. That one was so much cuter. Well, it looks it from here. I think you've got light reflecting. It probably looks dreadful. Okay, a little bit of Whisper White. I did have it handy. Here we go. And I'm going to punch out some butterflies. So I'll have 2 of the bitty butterflies. That's the smaller one, and 1 bigger one, which is called the Elegant Butterfly. Let's just move those out of the way for a second. Oh, I'm cluttering up my desk space. And I'm going to put the smallest of our rhinestones down on the bitty butterflies. I actually like to use the strips that run along that part of our pack, but I've used them all up. So we're going to use these ones. And then the middle size, which fortunately I do have some left of, for the bigger butterfly. And when you fold your butterfly, you can push it and it folds either side of the, if I tip it, you can see my shadow, either side of the reverse of the rhinestones, and then you get a perfect flying butterfly. So grab my mini glue dots, and we'll put the big one to fly down at the bottom. Big one there, we'll have mini ones flying around as well. They're too cute, aren't they? I do love our punches, apart from the fact that they're so satisfying to punch with. They're very clever. So, with my wibbly bow, Elegant Eggplant, Wisteria Wonder. and it's a 2.5 inch, 6.5 centimetre box. Easy to make, and you could store tons of stuff in there because that is a big size. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.